Hey, guess who's back? It's your girl, Detra Trueheart, your life purpose generator, purpose provoker, iSpeaklife mentor. And what am I back with? Tuesday tea with D. Hey, Tuesday tea with D. Hey, Tuesday tea with D. Hey, Tuesday tea with D. Tuesday tea with D. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. So, as you know, we are back with Tuesday Tea with D. Every day, I've got some tea for you to help you get out of your own way, stop settling, so that you can stop settling and show up for yourself in the same way that you show up for others, right? As your purpose provoker, my job is to provoke you, to push you, right? To propel you into purpose, right? Into your life's purpose, but also not only just to propel you into that space, but also to provoke you to live. So, today's conversation, I have lots to share with you today, but I'm going to kick it off with the tea that I'm going to be sharing with you. And actually, today's tea that we are drinking is a pomegranate green tea. I decided I wanted to show you that today. It is from the Spice and Tea Exchange in Hilton Head, South Carolina. As you all know, if you didn't know, just recently returned from the Sabbath retreat, which my annual self-care retreat, which is the premium and premier personal sabbatical space that high performing and high achieving women go when they want to take a pause from the busyness of life. And so if you were not there this year, I would encourage you to stay connected so that you know when the details launch, right? When you get first dibs on it. We are in the process of planning and scoping out the land. And so it is probably going to be somewhere between the end of July or the end of September. So mark those dates on your calendar and plan to join me. But y'all know I love tea. And so I happened to pick up about 7 or 8 of these loose teas, child. They're so good. And so again, this is the pomegranate green tea. So good, so good, so good. All right, so let's jump in. I actually had a topic that I wanted to talk about, and I decided to change it up because I'm going to talk about that another day. But I really started to really just kind of think about this whole process of starting over as I'm starting over with a lot of things in my business and even a lot of things in my life. Like I am taking an opportunity to reevaluate what's working, what's not working, some things that I wanted to do that I have not done. Some things that I didn't want to do and I was doing and I'm going to stop doing, right? And so we're going to just talk about what starting over looks like for you, right? And so I want you to just take some time to really think about in what areas of your life you need to consider starting over, and what areas of your life you need a do-over, and what areas of your life you need to begin again. And I want you to give yourself permission to do that. I think one of the first things that we need to do when we're talking about this conversation around starting over is giving ourselves permission to start over. And that's the reason why a lot of us don't start over, is because we don't give ourselves permission. We're waiting for somebody else to tell us to do it. Or sometimes we just think that we can't. And then life comes and kicks you right in the butt. And you're like, you know what, child, listen, time is of the essence. We've been dealing with Corona and COVID and monkeypox and all the things. So depending upon when you are watching this, child, this is what we were dealing with during this time. And it's like, you know, people are literally passing away by the day and by the minute. And then you start to think, what are the things that I have not done that I want to do? What are the things that I know that I'm supposed to be doing and that I'm not doing? What are the things that I need to start doing that I keep saying I want to do, but I have yet to do it? And so if you needed a sign, honey, listen, this is the tea to tell you to get started. This is the tea that is telling you and giving you permission, and you really don't need permission, but if you needed somebody to give you permission, child, listen, let me be the one to do it, that it is okay to start over. It is okay to rediscover what life looks like in this new space. Most recently, I'll just share this. I decided that I wanted to start celebrating my birthday focused on me. And I had never done that before. And I had realized that this was the first year that I wasn't really doing anything while I was planning the retreat. But I had planned on kind of having a quiet time, and I realized that I really couldn't focus on me because I was focused on like those last minute plans. I was less than a week from the Sabbath retreat, and I was just like, man, like, I don't want to do this again. Have you ever had one of those moments where you're like, man, I don't want to do this again? And not because it was a bad thing. Like, the retreat and the women will tell you it was amazing. But I realized, like, I don't want to plan anything big in August again. And I don't say ever because God could say otherwise. But I've done that for 20 years with my girls program. And even just when I was competing as a dancer and as a pageant competitor, there were many milestone birthdays that I spent doing other things, right? And it wasn't focused on me. And so I've decided, like, I'm deciding what starting over looks like for me in different areas. And that one I just recently shared was my birthday. And so, we get to start over, and there's nothing wrong with starting over. There's nothing wrong, like right here, nothing wrong. And I didn't even plan that. I just had that there. But with having a clean slate and deciding, like, what do I want to put on here, right? If you had a palette, right, a canvas that you were painting, and it's clean, right? It doesn't have anything on it, and you get to decide what's on it. I want you to really take some time to decide what starting over looks like for you. I'm doing that in my business around Tea with D, Tuesday Tea with D. Deciding what that looks like even in what I'm offering. I'm deciding what that looks like in my pricing. I'm deciding what that looks like, in starting over around the life scope, the morning life scope. And so that will be coming back. And so I get to decide, what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how I'm doing it. And starting over is kind of fun because I'm not just like jumping into it. I really get a chance to think about, okay, what do I want it to be like this time? And so for you, I want to encourage you to think about, what do I want it to be like this time? If I'm starting over, if I get a chance to do it again, if I get a chance to do something different, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? Y'all know I love to just to emerge and indulge, right? Immerse myself into something. And I want you to think about that, because I think sometimes we've been doing a thing for so long that starting over seems scary. But honey, if what you're doing is dull, if what you are doing is boring, and guess what? Even if what you're doing is fun, but you've just decided you don't want to do it anymore, you can start over. And so I want to invite you into this journey with me, but within our community, to really kind of think about what starting over looks like for you. And I want you to take some time over the next week. And I want you to journal about, like, in what areas of my life, my business, my ministry, my family, my marriage, do I want to start over? What new things do I want to do? What new things do I want to experience? What new things do I want to do for myself that I have yet to do for myself because I've been doing for everybody else? So that's the tea for today, right? I hope that you have taken something from it. I hope that it is helpful for you. I hope that it causes you to think a little different about how you're going to spend not only this new month that we are in, but the next 4 months of this year, and more importantly, the rest of your life. And when we talk about starting over, a lot of times there is a fear, right? There's some things that we need to get unstuck from. There's some things that we need to refocus on. And even there might be some things that we need to heal from, which is why I'm hosting the Push Into Purpose 8-week group accelerator starting September 15, 2022. And so if you find yourself wanting to start some things, but fear is one of the things that is hindering you, or you find yourself stuck in a space, or maybe even there's some distractions or disruptions that kind of have had you off focus, I want to invite you to join me. It's 8 weeks. There are 4 weeks of live training, then 4 weeks of group coaching, which is a new component I just recently added last year because I wanted to make sure that what I'm putting down, you're picking up, but not only you're picking it up, but you're applying it. And so you get an opportunity to not only walk through the modules, but you also get an opportunity to ask me questions, to be coached around certain things that you might be having glitches in, or you might be having mindset blocks, or maybe there might be some faith blocks, or whatever it may be. And so I want to invite you to enroll. Early enrollment is open right now until Friday. It is $797 for full pay, and then I believe it's $313 for 3 monthly payments and $157 for 6 monthly payments, which means that even once the program is over, you still get to pay on it, but you get to experience it during those 8 weeks that we are together. So you can check out the details. I'm going to put this here. You can check out the details at trueheartspeaks.com/PN2P, trueheartspeaks.com/PN2P. And obviously, like I shared, there's some other things that are coming up that I want to share with you, and I will be sharing it as the weeks go on. But again, take some time as we close out with today's tea with D, right? Not sure what you're drinking today. This is so good, y'all. But I want you to take some time, and I really want you to think about what starting over looks like for you. And then I want you to give yourself permission to start over. And then I want you to start. And if that start means connecting with me starting September 15th for Pushing to Purpose, then I want to personally invite you to join me. And here's the thing, if you are a Pushing to Purpose alum, honey, take advantage of the opportunity to join me again. Check your email. Because guess what? The push is cyclical. There's never not a time that we're not pushing, because there's never not a time that we're not evolving. We are always evolving. And sometimes as we up level, there is a push that is required. And sometimes there are some fears. There's some levels of stuckness, right? There's some distractions, even maybe some opportunities to be healed, even at a deeper level, that need to be addressed. And so if that's you, honey, join me again. Go to the website, click the link. When you go into the website, or check your email, but more importantly, just start, right? Maybe if Pushing to Purpose is something that you're not interested in, or you're not ready for. Maybe you want to do one-on-one coaching. Inbox me, where we can have conversation. Private message me on social media. We can have conversation around what that looks like as well. But I want you to start. I want you to stop stalling. I want you to stop being in a space of stagnation. And I want you to stop thinking that you can't do it, because you can. Because guess what? I'm doing it. And so I will see you next Tuesday for another conversation and some more tea for Tuesday Tea with D. You have an amazing week, and I will see you soon.